Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Proceeding Onward in America, POA. My name is Becky, and I just want to say hello and welcome. If you're first time here, we are full-time RVers since 2018, and I travel with my husband and dog. And we are currently expecting our first child in less than 8 weeks. Holy Toledo. So we have finally made it. Oh my gosh, into week 33. So 7 more weeks to go. Very exciting. And we started doing these live streams a couple months ago just to get some great input from other people that have been RVing with kids, and also to share our experiences as we are preparing for our own child for the first time. So thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, let us know in the chat or down in the comments, and we'll answer them. We've had some great guests in the past, so make sure that you check out those videos as well. And maybe you'll learn something from our great guests. This week, on this episode, we're going to be talking about finding jobs that you can do while you're on the road and what you could possibly do. Some of them, you can have one person stay at home while the other one works. And some of them you may need to have you both working, depending on your income and what you need and your bills. And if you have both people working, sometimes the jobs are flexible. So when one person's working, the other person can be off, and vice versa. So just want to share some of these job opportunities that you can do while you're on the road, or if you're going to be stationary somewhere, work camping for a little bit. Now, they're not all work camping jobs. Some of them are very specific, where you can just work from home as well. So you don't necessarily have to just work at campgrounds and everything that what you usually hear about. So I just want to give you that information right up front as we wait for some more people to come on in and so forth. But while we're here, and so everything else, I'd like to mention that we do these live streams every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And we are here sharing all our knowledge with you. And on Sunday nights, we do a video. Sometimes it's a premiere and sometimes it's not. But Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern, we put out a video. And that consists of our travels and what we've been up to and everything. So just want to throw that out there. If it's your first time here, please hit the subscribe, hit that like button, and go from there. So if you have any questions during this time, feel free to type it in the chat. I do know that Darian was here, so thank you, Darian, for joining us tonight. And as others show up throughout the night, I will say hello to them as well. But Darian was our first, so I want to say hello and thank you for joining us. So before we get into the work camping possibilities, I did receive some more gifts for baby, for Junior, and the only problem is they came from Walmart. So I have no idea who sent them, who bought them, because Walmart does not send a little paper saying this was purchased from whomever. And when you check on the registry, it doesn't say who it's from. So I'd like to share those real quick before we get into the weeds of it. I have tried posting it out to see if anybody will claim it, but I haven't had any responses yet. So let me show these real quick and so forth. We did get some 3-in-1 diaper rash cream right there, which will be very helpful later on. We also, and this was all together for this part, was some pacifiers. Oops, went the wrong direction. And burp cloths, which will be very helpful. Super cute. Everything else. So those were all together. I love the little teepees. And it also came with this little hat. Yep. This cute little shirt. and these pants. So I'd really like to know who sent us these, so I can thank you and send you a little like thank you note and so forth. So if it was you, please comment in our live stream or in down below if you are watching this afterwards, or send us a private message. That'd be very helpful. So thank you for whoever sent that. We also received this. And inside of here was just 2 gift cards to Walmart. Like legit, this is all that came in it. Open it up and that's it. So honestly, don't know who these gift cards came from. So if you are someone that sent us some gift cards, I want to say thank you and let us know if it was you or not. We also received some baby powder. So no idea who sent this either, but it will be used. Appreciate it. And it also came with Aveeno wash and shampoo and so forth. So our baby's going to be super clean. And also we received a on the move activity bar. So if you are the wonderful person or people that sent us these gifts for Junior, please let us know so I can thank you. It's the only thing I don't like about Walmart. They don't let you know who sent what. And it's kind of annoying. So, and this one I did know about. So we went, and I don't know if anybody saw this, our 3D photos. We went and saw the baby in an ultrasound for 3D, 4D, and they gave us some cute little coupons, and I signed up for our Informal, I think that's how you say it, and they ended up sending this to us for free. So if you are about to have a baby and all that, free formula if you sign up for it. And we do get some emails and everything, but it's not the end of the world. But they also have some coupons in here for purchasing stuff, not just for their own formula, but also other things that you might need. And they also gave us some formula. Now, I know that formula doesn't always work for all babies, and we are trying to breastfeed and so forth. But if for some reason I'm not able to, or whatever have you, it is nice to have some little things of formula for just in case. And they're all different types of formula. So if one doesn't work, we'll try the other. And it also comes with these cute little infant formulas and all that stuff too. So free is good. If you're interested, totally sign up for it. It's a welcome box, just like we got a welcome box from Amazon for doing a registry through them, and also through Walmart for doing a registry. So, hey, can't knock it. So, yes, we had a couple more people join us. There is a raid that is happening. KT Spirit One, thank you for joining us. And also, thank you, Foreman, aka Kenneth Oaks. Hey, Kenneth, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. And I was just showing off some of the gifts that we received before I go into work camping possibilities. Now, these work camping possibilities, they can be for singles or for couples, and they can also be helpful for those that are RVing with children. So I just want to pass on this information because why not? I want to help everybody. And sometimes this information will help you find a job, or maybe something changes in life and you want something different. So I'll go through the normal ones that everybody typically normally knows, and then I'll go through a list of them that I received from another YouTuber or other YouTubers that I've seen talk about these jobs. And there's also in the description down below, there is I don't think I put a link. I did put a link to her channel. Robin from Creativity RV, she likes to talk about a book that she put out. And this book is some jobs that you can do while you're roaming through and everything. I put the name of the book down in the description, and I put a link to her YouTube channel. So if you're interested in learning about more jobs that I have not covered, feel free to check her channel out as well as her book, because it's going to have like 600 pages with at least 300 types of different jobs. And I'm not going to go through all of that. And her book is probably, I think, about $5 or something on Amazon. And you can just have an ebook on it. But I'll go through some of them that I found interesting that you can work camp or work from home. So if you're interested, stay through this. And I'll just pick up some stuff so that way I don't move and like accidentally sit on some lotion, because that would not be fun. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to type it in the chat as we go along. And thank you. So some of the normal ones is what you'll see on our channel when we talk about work camping is camping or work camping at campgrounds. So we do work camping at KOAs mostly. In our video tomorrow that we're putting out, it will be a review of what it was like to work camp at a non-KOA, and it was just a private campground that was ran by Highway West Vacations. They are no longer owning that campground. However, the new owners are taking work campers. We just don't know the specifics that they're covering. But we want to show you at least where we worked at, if it's a possibility of something you want to do when you're in Washington. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, make sure you check that out. And if you're watching this after that, it will be in our season 4, our playlist for season 4. Then that's where else you can find it. So we have KOA work camping right now at the campground that we're working at. It does allow for single work campers. So while I'm here on Navy orders, Fabian is work camping, and it's very helpful. Definitely when little man comes, because once I go on maternity leave, Fabian can still be working to get that reduced rate. We are at a corporate park, so we are paying $175 a month for water, electric, sewer, cable, campground Wi-Fi, which can be a hit or miss depending on where you're at. So this KOA does allow that. Fabian is currently doing a new type of job. Usually he does maintenance, but this time around he's helping out the housekeeping and doing bathrooms and so forth. So a little bit different, but he gets all hours paid. We don't have to worry about another vehicle. So when I travel to work, he will have a golf cart and just be able to stay here. Days that I'm not feeling great, those happen. He can just come right home and help me and so forth. So it's very nice and beneficial for him to have a work camping job near the house for when we need him here. And usually when I'm working, because some of them do require couples, I'm usually doing the front desk or housekeeping as well. So it still works out. The pay for rent will be the same. Now, depending on what state you're at, is whatever that minimum wage is. So one thing that we noticed was $175 a month for the corporate campgrounds. And if we were, when we were working down Dallas, Arlington, we made like $8 and like 25 cents or something like that at that time. And then we were thinking about work camping somewhere else, and say where we are now, or to Bar Harbor. We were thinking about Bar Harbor actually at that time. And the minimum wage was like $12 and something, and you still paid that $175 a month. So just something to think about. Dallas, Arlington was open all year round, whereas Bar Harbor was only open during the summer. So if you're thinking about something a couple months here and there, totally look into those places that offer a seasonal job. And if you're looking for someplace more permanent, look into this place that's all year round. Where we're at now is all year round. So we're allowed to stay here, and he can still work camp. And it will be very convenient until we're able to get back on the road again. So, before I go into the next one, oops, wrong one. Don't come to Alabama. Heat index today was 111 Fahrenheit. Woo! No, thank you. It was 90 degrees here in Virginia, so I'm good. I'm good. I don't need that happening. And also, John Chalker, thank you for coming. Things are going well. Things are chugging along. We have about 7 weeks left. Woof. So appreciate everybody that's been coming in right now and saying hello. And yeah, I can't wait for little man. So I talked about work camping at KOA and other campgrounds and so forth. The one in Washington, we didn't have to pay any rent for, and we still got paid per hour. So more information on that tomorrow for our video. We've also worked at KOAs that were franchises. So the franchises usually make up their own type of, you work this many hours and you'll get this site for free, but you don't get paid. There's been some people complaining about that. And I understand where they're coming from, because usually they charge an enormous amount. And sometimes it's cheaper to just park your RV there, pay the monthly rent of $600 to $700, find a job elsewhere outside of that campground, which is another possibility. And you can still get kind of reduced pay for your rent, and still be able to work elsewhere and make more money. But there are some people out there that live on Social Security, or they can only have a limited amount of budget, or they're there because they want to be in that location for that time frame. And Florida during the winter is kind of a hot spot of where you want to be. When we worked at that franchise, we were there because of family, and we wanted to be near family during that time. So we weren't really worried about the pay. It allowed us to be closer to what we needed to get done and over with. And then once that time frame passed, we moved on to one that paid. So it really depends on what you're looking for. And there's a lot of places where you can volunteer at. There's definitely a lot of national parks that are always looking for work campers. If you just want to go to Yellowstone and live out there for a bit, there's people there that are work camping. However, you'll just park somewhere and you can work at like a candy store or a cookie store or something like that. Or you can just if you have a small enough rig, I'm sure you can find a job inside Yellowstone and just work in Yellowstone, volunteering and everything. So those are some of those possibilities that can happen. I know if you do the one in Yellowstone, the Rotary Roam is where we learned this one from. Carrie would work there, and then Russ would do his metal detecting and so forth. So they allowed for people to just work, just like solo, like work campers going through, while the other person had their other job. And if you can afford it, great. And yeah, just something to think about. And then we also have the Work Camper News. So Work Camper News is something that Steve Turtle and us have talked about a lot. And Work Camper News is a company where you can get free information or you can pay for it. We get the free subscription. We get the notifications for what jobs are available later on than those that pay for it. However, there's always people looking for jobs, and they always announce where they're at and a description of what they're looking for and so forth. So Work Camper News is another way to find a job. Or Koa Works, COOL Works. So that's another way that we can find another job. There was one up in Minnesota that we wanted to do a couple of years ago. Minnesota and Michigan, I'm trying to remember. But anyways, and they were looking for people to help out at a marina, and they would let you stay there. And the great thing about it is you can stay there, do a different type of job. And it's not just necessarily working at a campground. I mean, working at a marina and helping out launching boats and all that, that's right up my alley. But they also have like store work and so forth. But the great thing about Koa Works is if you don't have an RV or not a vehicle, a self-contained unit, they do sometimes offer rooms. So you can stay in a room on their location, and then you just work there. So it's not always about having a house to be in, or I call it house because that's what it is to us. It's not always about having an RV. Sometimes they do offer jobs to those that don't RV. So something to think about there. And Koa Works, I'm on their Facebook page, which is absolutely free to follow. Same thing with Work Camper News. We get free emails and also notifications on Facebook for free. So check those out and everything. And then we also have, I'm just reading my notes because I don't want to forget anything. We also have something called Sugar Beet Harvest. Fabian and I did that back in 2019. It is a great job that you can do. It is long hours. So 12 hours is what you're scheduled for that time frame. There's a morning and at night. So something to be to think about is when you're there for 12 hours, who's going to take care of the children? There are some people, if you arrive early, there are some people at the campgrounds that can watch the children, or you can have one person work one shift and another person work another shift, or you just have one person work and maybe somebody else be the camp host there, or they just stay home, period. So that's something that we noticed before. Or if the kids are old enough, you just both work the same shift and come back. We had a family that lived next to us. The kids were old enough. I think there was 4 or 5 kids in there. Fabian says 7, but I think the family of 7. I think they had 5 kids and 2 adults. So the 5 kids and all that, they were homeschooled and everything else. And their mom and dad went and did their work at the sugar beet at the harvest location and did what they did. And then they came back and so forth. So it is possible, just depending on what time frame. We had a family that was there where the husband and wife did the split job because their little one was probably 3 or 4 years old, I want to say, and somebody had to be home with her. So it's very flexible with the sugar beet harvest. They also have a wheat harvest. That's something that we learned about this year. So if you are interested in farming, you can totally do the wheat harvest, go up and do the sugar beet harvest, get all farmed out, and then after that, go sell Christmas trees. And then when you're done with the Christmas trees, go sell fireworks. And boy, you're going to be busy for a while. So just think about that. Possibilities. Sometimes they can overlap. Definitely with the sugar beet harvest with us, it's usually about 2 to 3 weeks long. Now, if you get there for the pre-harvest, that usually starts around end of August, beginning September, where they do some pre-beating or harvesting for the beets. You can be there a little bit longer, but they usually have you show up at the end of September, work for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then you're gone. And you make probably for a couple about a little over $3,000 some odd dollars, give or take. For us, when we were there, we had a very bad season in 2019, and we got there late because I was on Navy orders. So when we got there, we arrived late, and we were there from the beginning of October until the middle of November. And then we decided we had to leave because we were going to get married. And we had to go cross country to Massachusetts. So you do have to try to fill your commitment, because if you don't fill your commitment, you don't get that bonus at the end, which is very helpful. We were so close to that bonus ending that they still gave it to us, but they ended a day or 2 later, and they were just not gonna be that mean. We stayed through and through when people kept coming and going. So yeah. So we had the sugar beet harvest, harvesting wheat. We also have the Christmas tree shops, fireworks. Also, JCPenney or Amazon working at their facilities. So Amazon, we heard a lot more about than JCPenney's. So I can't really speak too much on JCPenney, but Amazon, different locations. They usually start hiring around the end of October, beginning November-ish. for you to arrive and work there. So you are working at an Amazon distribute center, and you're packing and helping. There's different types of jobs inside, but you're just packing up and helping for the holiday rush, for Black Friday, for Christmas, and so forth. And then it usually starts slowing down after Christmas time. They usually ask you to stay to about January, February, give or take, depending on the location and so forth. They do help pay for your site at whatever campground you're at. Or they give you a little bit bonus extra in your paycheck and so forth to help pay for that campground. So Amazon, they do pay about $15 to $16 per hour, long hour shifts, and you're guaranteed, more than likely as it gets closer to the holidays, at least 60 to 80 hours a week. So a lot of hours. So if you want to have one person work it and the other person stay home with child, highly recommend. Or have off splitting shifts, but just know you may have to work long hours, and a lot of the time it's on your feet. So something to think about for the winter time. Some of it's in Kentucky, some of it's like in Nevada. I know they're opening up other areas and so forth, but those are the main areas that they're asking for help at. There's a couple others, but you can look that up and so forth. So Amazon, Work Camping, and then some other things that people have done is DoorDash or Uber drivers, or doing Rover. So DoorDash, you guys are all starting to hear about and know about, and some people have made some really good money for DoorDash. We thought about doing Uber before we bought our new truck. And we found out it was hard that if you weren't going to be in a certain area with that license for that specific area, you couldn't really just go from one spot to another location and Uber around, because you had to do certain amounts of paperwork indicating where you're going to be at and whatever have you. It was too much. So we never did the Uber thing. We tried doing Rover. Rover is a app where it's for pets. For pet sitting. And we did that when we were in New Hampshire and everything for a while, where it's like, hey, we have nothing really going on while we're waiting, and let's see how this Rover thing works. So we signed up for Rover. We got to watch a couple of dogs and everything, made some money on it. But it was like 300 some odd bucks for a couple of weeks. And yeah, it doesn't like sustain everything, but it was still fun to do. And I'm sure if we were in a location longer and you built up our clientele, or we had more experience, you could have made more. But Rover is another way of making some money if you don't mind pet sitting. I know some people actually ask for people to come to their house and watch their pets while they go on vacation. I mean, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable with that, but there's some people that do, because it'd be cheaper and easier than trying to find a place to board the dog or pets during the time they're gone. So thinking about Rover and so forth. And we had a couple more people join us. So I do want to say hello to Marla Beavers. Thank you for joining us. I believe this is the first time in our chat, so I really appreciate you joining us. And RV Underway, hello. Thanks for joining us. I really hope everything is going okay. Let us know when you are possibly expecting to be here-ish, and so forth. It probably be around October time, I have a feeling, but it's going to come close. So yeah, I'm just going through some of the work camping possibilities that you can do and everything. And I just went through pretty much the basics that you always hear about. Now, I do have a list of them that is really new, or they're not really new, but you can work from home, or you can possibly work at that campground or whatever it has to do with. The book that's down in the description is from Creativity RV. Some of these ideas are from that book or from other people that we have talked to. So if you're looking into more opportunities, more than what I'm going to present to you, because I don't want to like overwhelm you, and I only have so much time, feel free to check out Creativity RV and her book of 600 pages of stuff that you could possibly go to. And I think there's links and all this other stuff. Yeah, just check her out and so forth. Oh, and Marla is... No, you are here. You just don't usually talk. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you coming in and saying hello. And hello, Red, White, and Bethune. Hey, I'm still jealous that you're in Colorado and you're nice and cool. Not gonna lie, it's 90 degrees where we're at, and I would really go for some cooler weather right now. Oops. But yeah, so those are some of the work camping possibilities, some of the normal stuff that you hear about. Now the list that I'm going to go through, some of them are remote working, and some of them you can go and travel to that spot and work from. So get ready. And if you don't have a pen and paper, feel free to rewatch this back and get some more ideas. So here we go. There's something called Transcribe Me. So you're taking audio from a video, from a movie, from something, and you're sitting there and you're transcribing it. That's something that I'm not like, I could do, but I don't know if I really want to do. And it's almost kind of like when you have like the captions for YouTube and so forth. You're just trying to transcribe everything that's being said and so forth. So Transcribe Me is one. Tutor jobs. I know a lot of homeschooling has been happening. So you can be a tutor and possibly now even an educator. I have a couple of friends that I know about that actually now teach over their phone to people in like China and stuff like that. So you can, or even if you want to stay in America. Now, I don't know if there's any licenses that you need to have for being a teacher while you're doing that online, but something that you can look into if you're in the educational field or you've done it in the past, something to think about. Do a couple hours here and there, do some tutoring or do an educational teaching training moment, something to think about. And then there's also something called Certified Field Associates, kind of like a mystery shopper. So Fabian and I have tried the mystery shopping thing. And it was interesting. What we didn't know is how much paperwork that goes behind it. When sometimes you have to go to the store, purchase something. Like we had to go to Best Buy and we had to go purchase something. So we purchased something for the RV because we're like, well, we have to purchase something. They're not going to reimburse us for what we purchase. So let's buy something that we think we need. And we also get to go talk to the associates, and you're there sometimes for hours on end. And then you have to come back home and record what they were wearing, what they looked like, what you guys discussed and talked about, and a whole bunch of other stuff that by the time you're done, it was like 3 to 4 hours later. And on top of the driving to wherever that location is, because some of them were like not anywhere close. And you get $20 or $25. So, I mean, if you're going to go to the store anyways, that's fine. We needed an oil change in our truck. So we did a mystery shopper at one of the garages that were on there to get the oil change. So we got the oil change for free, got a little bit of reimbursement, but we had to travel like an hour to get to that dealership to have it done. And then, you know, just leave. So mystery shopping can be fun, but it's a lot of paperwork to think about and so forth. And we no longer do it. But I think we did it through Best Mark. That's the one that we did it through for a little bit. But so we did that. There's also something called Drone Base. So maybe you have a drone and you get that certificate saying that you can be a commercial drone, whatever they want to call it, expert, I guess. And you can go and do drone shots for people and get paid for it. I know somebody that was at the sugar beet harvest. They went to a farmer and asked him if they could get some drone shots for their farm. And the farmer's like, yeah, that'd be great. And then he gave him some money to help promote what he was farming and so forth. And it also helped out his YouTube channel. So that's something that you can possibly think about, is owning a drone, get the certification to be a commercial drone operator and being able to get paid for your droning. And I think sometimes you becoming a commercial, it may give you some leeway to locations where most people can't get drones at. You just have to get certain permissions and so forth. So something to think about. And then before I go through a little bit more, hello, Susan from New Horizons, and Jim. But I think it's probably Susan here because Jim usually signs on to his own. Thank you for joining us. And we also have, I had a couple others in here, but some of them I don't know as much. Oh, Wine Jobs USA. I'm a wino. Can't have any right now. But I guarantee you, more than likely in the future, when I'm done with the baby and all the other stuff that comes along with it, there'll be some wine. But the Wine Jobs USA is actually a place where you can go and you can find different jobs at wineries and so forth. And there's even some harvest hosts that actually need some interns or somebody to help them during their times. We were in one in Montana. That video will be out later on, where the person helping at the harvest host got to keep her fifth wheel there while the lady that owned the harvest host was doing her wedding ceremonies and doing all the other stuff needed. So that person got a free place to stay, got to chill out at a beautiful location in Montana. And yeah, can't beat it. But yeah, so Wine Jobs USA, they have like manager positions, they have ambassadors for wine tastings and this and that, and different locations. So definitely check that out. You can get more information about it. Maybe become a cellar worker. That'd be interesting in itself. And oh, sorry. I had to read this. I want to be a professional baby rocker at the hospital, rocking all the newborn babies. That would be interesting. I remember my mom talking about something like that, but I think it was like candy stripers or something she called that when they were trying to do like learning about nursing and stuff like that. So who knows? Maybe something like that. I could be totally wrong though, and Mom's not here tonight to correct me. So candy stripers, is that still a thing? I don't know. And I think Mom and Dad will be rocking their own baby. Yes. So I'll be a little real with you guys real quick before I keep getting you guys more information. So everybody knows what's going on in the world and how it's ramping back up and masks are becoming mandated. I've always been wearing my mask. So I'm not worried about that. I always wash my hands and this and that. However, it's going to affect the hospitals moving forward again, and appointments and so forth. So as we get closer, I have to go to a Navy hospital when I give birth. I can go to another location. However, the Navy pays for me to deliver at a certain hospital. And before, when restrictions were higher, they would not allow Fabian with me to my appointments or anything else. So I had to go alone, which, you know, appointments, okay, fine. I really want him there. But it's not the end of the world if he's not. However, this week, when I got the news, I had a meltdown because I don't know what's going to happen when we have the delivery of the baby. And I go on Monday to find out my answers. So that way I hear it from the people in Portsmouth instead of what other people said. But with the COVID restrictions, they do let you keep your own room now, so they don't double up. So that's a great thing. And you can ask and request for your baby to stay in your room with you instead of somewhere else. So that's something that I'm looking forward to, which goes along the lines of us rocking the baby and so forth, because totally just going to stay in our room with us. And unless if they have to take them out for some special reason, whatever it shall be, the baby will be with us at all times. So that's one blessing I have with COVID. Get my own room and I can keep my baby. So yeah. And no, I was a candy striper in the 70s. Really? See, I've heard of candy stripers. So it's not a thing still. And aloha, conch, aloha. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. And I think the father should be allowed. That would be stressful on the mother. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. However, I just want to double check, make sure. I know my mom's supposed to come to visit us during that time frame. She may not be able to come in and so forth. So she may have to wait for a baby to come home. And once we're in the hospital, we can't leave. And if I don't deliver on that day, we may be there for 4 days. Whatever the ridiculous amount of days is. We can't leave and come back. So once we're there, we're there. So that is what it is. But I'll find out more information on Monday. We go to our first, not our first baby class. We've gotten into a couple already. But it's going to be our first labor class and everything coming on Monday. So yay. So appreciate all the concerns and all the information. We'll find out more on Monday, definitely when I start doing my birthing plan and writing it all out of what I want for the birth and all the fun jazz. Some of it I should have done a while ago. The birthing plan was supposed to be done like at week 25 to 28 or something. I'm in week 33. It is what it is. You know, it's okay. Okay, so some other jobs that are possible for work camping or just remote working is also care.com. Speaking of taking care, so care.com, you can be a caregiver to the elderly people, tutoring or babysitting. So you can help out all ages in life, depending which one that you want to aim for tutoring, babysitting, or helping out the elderly, so forth. So care.com is another one to think about for a job. You can also try voices.com. So if you have that voice, like Ricky does from RV Underway, check out voices.com and you can do voiceovers possibly. I don't know how all these work, so it's something that you'd have to look into yourself. But think about it, Ricky. I know you're getting retired and all this stuff and whatever have you, but it might be fun to do. And Barbara, who knows, you can probably help out too. There's also a roadie, Roadie, roadie. It's an on-the-way delivery service, which is kind of in a way, I guess, like DoorDash. I haven't really looked into it too much, so I'm not really sure if you're delivering food or what you're actually doing. But roadie was another one that kind of piqued my interest when I heard about it. I just haven't had time to look at this whole entire list. And like I said, I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's some interesting ones that might help. E-jury. So you do mock juries and focus groups. So if you're a lawyer or you like that type of stuff, check out e-jury and you can become a mock jury. There's something, if you're a photographer and so forth, there's a lot of people that you can sell your photos to and so forth, make some good money, but sell your photos, business-like photos on FOAP, F-O-A-P. So FOAP is another possibility. So if you have a lot of great photos and you want to try selling them, check that out. I've also think some people have done it on Etsy. If you are very creative and so forth, try selling some stuff on Etsy. and then just mail it out to people and so forth. And hey, it's about time now, Brad and Diana. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you guys coming in and so forth. If any of you guys have other type of jobs that I haven't announced or talked about yet, feel free to put it in the chat. Help out other people. I'm just going over some of the remote jobs that you can do. I talked about some work camping jobs that you can also do before I went into the remote jobs. So if you have any experience or something that you want to talk about, feel free to put it in the chat. We're getting close to our time here. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat so that way I can answer them before our time is up and so forth. And as for an epidural, labor is so less painful. I love the shot. It made labor a breeze. I will see about that. Sometimes you're a little bit too far into labor by the time that can get there. And sometimes you just go with it. So, I'll talk to them about that and so forth. But I've heard the epidurals are really good. Yeah, there may be some side effects later on in life where I think some people said that their back hurts a little bit more because they got it. But I'm getting old anyways. So my back curtain's just going to be the same. It's going to be the same. And what is the due date? So the 22nd of September. So we have about 7 weeks left. Oh my. So yeah. And hey, Posh Cats Camping, thanks for joining us. You are like way late in the evening over there. Did you guys go out partying on a Saturday night? I really appreciate you guys joining us all the way from across the pond. And yes, yay, extraordinary journey. Thank you. So before I started going through the work camping jobs and everything else, I showed some of the stuff that I received from Walmart. And you probably told me there was some stuff coming, but I didn't know which one it was. And I got a whole bunch of stuff from Walmart, and they don't tell me who bought what. So I totally was showing it earlier. I will show it again. So thank you. I'll just put that down. So here are the burp cloths. Totally came. Really cute. So forth. And then I'll do what I did earlier. I'll put the hat back on. So there's a hat. There we go. And then put on that cute little new to the crew. There we go. And then we got the cute little pants. Look at that. So cute. I love it. And then
You forgot about the guessing game.
I'm sorry, what?
The guessing game.
The guessing game?
That you were supposed to say last week.
Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. Okay. And this. Did you also send this? Or this? Anybody else? If it wasn't you all, who sent these? I'd like to know. And we also got Walmart gift cards. Yeah, so a lot of cute stuff. Jag is totally afraid of this cow, by the way.
Moo, moo. I'm a little happy cow. Moo, moo, moo. I have 2 little horns on the top of my head. Twist, rock, and spin me and my friends. Whee!
Jag will totally, he first looked at it, he was like, what are you? And then he ran. So just, that will be fun. But yes, so if you know who sent those, please let me know. If it was you, Extraordinary Journey, you sent a lot then. So there's that. And then, oh, you had a birthday party for the grandson. Oh, that's perfectly fine. Happy birthday to the grandson. That's perfectly fine. And never had a baby, but I heard the pain will not be remembered when you hold that beautiful baby in your arms. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. And hopefully Fabian's hands are still attached by the time I'm done. Just the outfit and the burp cloths from us. Okay. So still on the hunt of who sent the other stuff. Yes, they are so cute. I love it. It's so cute. Yes. Oh, have mercy. Poor Jack. Absolutely. And yes, cute baby toys. Yep. We don't have a lot of ones that make noise, which we're thankful for. I'm not saying that you have to send them. Okay. We're good. We're good. But yes. They are all precious and everything. And I can't wait to show you more stuff. And okay, just make sure I didn't miss anybody else on certain things. So yes, like I said before, I'm not going to go through all of the remote jobs or all the work camping jobs. I listed a lot of them. And if you missed it, feel free to watch the replay of all the different types of jobs and some of our experiences that we've had at these work camping jobs. It's getting closer to time ending and so forth. And I want to chat with you guys in the chat more than just reading off a list of things. And like I said, down in the description of this, I did put Creativity RV. She does have a book. That book has about 600 pages worth of stuff and has links and everything to certain jobs. So feel free to watch this video again, get some information on things that interest you, and then also check out her book. I think it's like $5 or something like that. I don't have the book. I just listen to what other people say and what they have to offer. Steve Turtle is another great work camper that talks about jobs out there and so forth. So if you want to stay on the whole watching YouTube videos on different possibilities, Steve Turtle is another person to look out to. And of course, check our videos. And we have one out coming out tomorrow. So, and then we get to, I almost broke Jim's arm when she was in labor, but he survived it 5 times. So men can be strong too, I guess. And wait till he gets a drum set. Yeah. We'll be making sure that drum set stays outside. All right. So I'm getting like the whole little 6-minute warning, give or take, to talk about the giveaway. Not giveaway. Oh gosh, Fabian, help me. The game. But we will be doing a giveaway for it because we do have gifts and so forth. What you think? I'm due on the 22nd of September. However, what day do you think I'm actually going to come? How long do you think the baby will be? And how much the baby will weigh? So we will be giving out a prize to the person that gets the correct date. And if you get the time, that'll be really cool too, but that's kind of hard. So if you are able to find out or write down for us, send us an email of what day do you think I'm going to deliver. And then we're going to give out another prize for those that are the closest to the height and weight. So if you say 19 inches, 7 pounds, 6 ounces, and you're the closest, I don't know if that is it. Don't don't try to guess that. You can, but it doesn't mean you're going to be right because I have no idea how big he is right now. All I know is he's up there moving around and enjoying life. But email those to us and we'll send out some prizes. The prize for guessing the correct date. And we might have to actually add the time because if all you guys guess the right date, we either have to do a drawing for those that guess the right date, or we're going to do something special. But you're going to get a t-shirt, a special t-shirt that only that person or whoever guesses gets it right. And then the next prize, forget what the next prize is, but I'll get back to you on that one.
Bag.
A bag. There you go. See, You love pregnancy brain. You know it. This is why I have to write things down. I don't forget things. This time I didn't write that part down. Anyways, so yeah, bag. So if you get the weight and height or the closest to it, if you get a bag from us. And then we already have one person putting it in. I don't know nothing about nothing. September 4th. 22 inches and almost 8 pounds at 11 o'clock at night. Oh, we will put that down. But I hope it's not September 4th. Oh my gosh. That'd be like wicked early. That'd be almost 3 weeks early. Oh, is September 4th a special day for you all or something? I feel bad if it's one of y'all birthday and I don't remember. But September 4th, oh my. That'd be like a month away from now almost. I don't know if I'm ready for a month right now. Oh wait, we have a lot of things to take care of. But we will write that down so we don't forget. Do you guys have any questions before we start getting out and heading out? Oh, Aloha Conch, the 24th. Let me start writing some of this down real quick. So we got the RV underway. And I'm going to have to find this page later. 9/4, 22 inches. So I'm supposed to be due on the 22nd. You say he's going to be 22 inches long? Okay. 2,300 hours. Okay. And then we have Aloha Conch on 9/24, 20 inches. Those are some long babies. How long? How big do they get? 8.5 pounds. Oh my. Oh, I know he's about the size of a Care Bear supposedly now. If you ever had a Care Bear. Ooh, good prediction. Want to play some bets? So yeah, I guess this is kind of like a betting game. You don't win any money. You get to win a t-shirt or a bag. You're putting at 12:34 p.m. Okay. 12:34 p.m. Perfect. I was born at 12:17 p.m. Fun fact. And then, and you can also email Nursing Our Travel Bug as well. I know they're busy and they're going to be traveling possibly soon. I'm not going to give away a lot of things. So if they are too busy, just let us know. We'll alleviate some of the pressure from them as they have some things going on. And then, so our son was due on the 30th, but he arrived on the 22nd. So they can come real early or real late. That's what I've heard too. They can come 2 weeks early or like a week or two late. But that's funny that my due date's on the 22nd. That's when your son came. That's really funny. And KT Spirit's 9/8, my birthday. Place your bets. All right. So KT Spirit says 9/8. Do you have any dimensions? Dimensions. How long and how much do you think he's gonna weigh? An extraordinary says 9/20, 19 inches, 8 pounds. Oops, 8 pounds, and at 8 p.m. Perfect. And yes, thank you. Aw, great shows early. Thank you, as always. So thank you so much. So I will be wrapping it up. If that's all your bets for now. KT Spirit, if you want to join us next week on Saturday night, feel free. And we will totally take some more bets at that time as well. New Horizons. Making sure I get all this before I will be 9/28, 9 pounds, 22 inches long. Okay, perfect. And if you missed anything from the beginning, feel free to check it out. Every Saturday night, we do a live stream at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We do a weekly video out at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. And tomorrow we are talking about a work camping experience that we did up in Washington. So, right, it works right along this. And excuse me, what is the bet? Are you betting me? And the 28th is our other son's birthday. Woo! You have a lot of September babies. Aw, thank you. So, all right. Thank you all for joining us. I appreciate you all spending your Saturday night with me. And we'll see you later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.